Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about iOS 18.5. We're currently on the second beta of iOS 18.5, and we have quite a few more days to go until this update gets released to the public. Well, just recently Apple has released the second beta of iOS 18.5, and in my opinion it's actually quite disappointing. So in today's video we're going to talk all about this update, and I will tell you guys why I don't suggest that you update to iOS 18.5. Well, let's start with some details regarding the latest update. Beta 2 is around 500 megabytes. If you're on beta 1, of course, and you want to update to the second beta, you will find it at around 800 megabytes. That is, of course, always different on different devices and based on which current software you're at. So if you're on the first beta of iOS 18.5, it will be at around 800 megabytes. And if you're actually on iOS 18.4 and you want to update to the beta of iOS 18.5, in this case, you will have to update to the second beta. It will be much bigger, probably around 7 gigabytes, even though I don't suggest that you update if you're currently on iOS 18.4. Now the build number for this update right here is this one, 22F5053F, ending with an F, indicating that we will have a few more betas to go until Apple actually releases iOS 18.5 to the public. So what's new with iOS 18.5 beta 2? Actually, not a lot. A couple of very minor changes here. First of all, when you go to the Mail app, you will see that if you swipe like this, you will actually have all your emails. So if I just swipe there, it will show me all my emails. Basically what they're done here, you will have like the button right there for all emails now shows right here in the corner. It used to be hidden completely. Now it will show that button, and if we swipe like this, you can of course uncover all your emails. So that's just a small change right here. Also on the News app, you know that we have a new section for food right here. If we go to the food section now, on most devices it will actually show a splash screen letting you know everything about the new food section, how it works and what you can do with it and all that stuff. Now if you're looking for changes, here's another one. On the Photos app, when now you go to the recently deleted photos, you won't actually see two buttons right here that had been basically added to iOS 18.5 with the first beta. There used to be a recover all and delete all button. Those were part of iOS 18.4 betas as well. Then Apple removed them and added them back with the first beta of iOS 18.5, and now they have completely removed them. I don't know what's happening here and why Apple is actually doing this kind of stuff. It's not actually such a big feature that it would basically require them to revoke the feature and then work more on it on something like that. It's actually a very practical, a very useful feature to have, but it's something that's very simple. You simply have two buttons here. You don't need to have them like do a lot of stuff. You just recover or delete all. It's actually not that big of a deal, yet they are very useful. But for some reason Apple has pulled that feature again. I don't know why they're doing this. They have done this with a lot of features like the back tab banner and all that stuff. They are introducing features and then pulling them away. I don't know why, but in all cases these are actually just smaller features that of course don't require that lot of work, but it's happening, and that's actually very, very annoying. Now besides removing that feature, we have a few other bugs like some icons not switching here, basically the app library going freezing sometimes. That's really annoying, and those haven't been fixed with this second beta, which is actually really annoying. So if you're on the first beta, you update to the second beta, you won't get any new features besides that feature that will be removed, and also a lot of stuff that actually a lot of bugs on the first beta will be here as well. So if you're not on iOS 18.5 beta, I don't suggest that you actually update. Just make sure you stay on iOS 18.4, because if you do that, then you will be stuck with this update on your device for a few more weeks. Now here's another thing that's really interesting to me. this is the Geekbench score here for iOS 18.5 Beta 2. And you can see the single core score right there is at 2,922, while the multi-core score is at 7,233. Now, this has dropped quite a lot when you compare to iOS 18.4. So you can see the multi-core score actually, it has dropped for around 200 points, while the single core score has held up a bit better. But you can see here, if I just go then back to 18.3, it has dropped basically even more. So from iOS 18.3 to iOS 18.5, we see the Geekbench score dropping quite a lot. And these tests all of them are actually made on the same device. So it's really disappointing seeing the performance dropping like this. You can see this is 18.3, 18.4, then 18.5. It has dropped even more. And now let's talk about something else that's also really important, and that's the battery life. So right here we can see the last 10 days. Well, we have of course here the results for beta 1 of iOS 18.5, and this is right here. You can see with about 80% battery, 6 hours 37 minutes. Right here 150% battery, 8 hours 46 minutes. Right here 7 hours with about 120% battery. It's actually not that good, but you have to keep in mind this is an older device, this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max with the maximum battery capacity at 91%. It could be a bit better. Actually, it was better with iOS 18.4, but we're of course on beta stages here, and hopefully it will improve with the next few betas. So what's next? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar right here. Now, first of all, we're expecting iOS 18.4.1 to be released. That is now confirmed. It has been spotted. It has been spotted on the web, being tested by, of course, Apple employees. It won't go on beta stages. It will be released directly to the public, and it can be released any day now. It might happen today. It might happen another day, maybe tomorrow or anytime during this week, but it should be out very, very soon. Now, this will be, of course, a smaller update that is focused on just like fixing bugs and improving stuff. Don't expect any new features there. Now, for a third beta for iOS 18.5, I would expect it to be next week. Most likely April 21st will be the day that Apple will release this third beta of iOS 18.5, because most likely from now we're going on a weekly schedule where Apple will release a new beta every week. Then most likely beta 4 right here, the RC version, and the release right here. So the 5th of May or maybe the 6th will be the RC version, and then the 12th or the 13th of May most likely will be the date that Apple releases iOS 18.5 to the public, before moving on and of course releasing the first beta of iOS 19, which will be right here, June 9th, the beginning of WWDC 2025. The first day of the conference will also be the day that Apple releases the first beta of iOS 19. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and found it helpful, smash that like button, and of course subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you on the next one.